My next guest believes there are two kinds of people, those who heal relationships and those who hurt them. But even for those who are more naturally inclined to hurt relationships, psychologist Dr. Todd Corelli believes you're never too old to overcome, and you can begin to heal what's been hurt. Todd joins me to share the magic of repair. Welcome, Todd.
Thank you.
All right, I'm really excited to learn about this concept, the magic of repair, and how to heal those hurt relationships. Because you say some people just are more like naturally inclined to hurt relationships, to destroy them. So explain this to me a little bit.
We all destroy. I mean, we all hurt people.
Yeah.
Right? And we all have the capacity to heal people that we hurt. What brought this about was a close relationship of mine who is very much a relationship destroyer. And after a few decades, it's all coming to fruition in the worst way you can imagine. And I thought to myself, this was a few weeks ago, I thought to myself, if she really, really wanted help, what would I say to her? And so I kind of came up with this. I turned this into a video for my YouTube, but this is what I came up with for her. And I think it applies to all of us because, again, we all hurt people and we all can repair.
Okay, so walk us through her story a little bit to give us an example. Because maybe some of us relate to your friend, or some of us are on the other side and know someone.
So she's extreme.
Okay.
And it comes from trauma. So she had a lot of trauma as a kid. I know where it comes from. I have a lot of empathy for her, but she blows up, she screams, she yells, she cheats, she lies, and she blames you if you have a problem with it. And she's been doing this for almost as long as I've known her.
Okay.
And she, in the process, she's destroyed all of her relationships now as an older woman. And it's been painful to see. Yeah. And I just thought, what would it take for her to change? And I've seen this in my professional work. I've seen people change. And so that's what this is about.
Okay, so walk us through, what are some of the things that would help her or any of us? Maybe we're not at the extreme as your friend is with how we're destroying relationships. But like you said, we all hurt people unintentionally most of the time, right?
Right.
But so what are our steps that we need to take when we recognize this?
So we can all become good repairers.
Okay.
Right? So humility is step number one. And Brene Brown said it, I can't remember exactly how she said it, but vulnerability is the place of connection.
Yeah.
And when we're humble, we're vulnerable.
Yeah.
And so really, to make a repair, you have to start with humility. And a lot of people think being humble is being weak. And it actually takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable. And so I see it as a strength.
Yeah, really to be able to open your eyes to accepting and being open to, like, oh, maybe I did cause the problem. And that's hard. That's hard, like you said.
Yeah.
And the next one, you're saying own your role. Explain that to us a little bit.
You can't fix what you don't own. Right? So Alcoholics Anonymous has this great saying, sweep your side of the street. Don't worry about the other side of the street, sweep your side of the street. So just own. If I hurt you, if I hurt my wife, say something mean or whatever, I just own what I did, regardless of what she did.
Yeah.
Right? I just own it.
Yeah. And that can be hard sometimes too. I mean, this all takes some work and practice, right? It's not going to happen overnight.
It's pride gets in the way, right? So, I mean, that's why I think humility is so important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then our next one, accountability means change.
So here's the cool thing about this. Like, you don't have to have changed to repair. You just have to try to change. You just have to start changing.
Oh, I love that.
And when you are accountable, that means you are trying to change. You're trying to, if for this woman, Stacy, her example, you know, maybe she comes to her kids and just owns it and says, I've been blowing up at you your whole life and I'm going to change.
Yeah. I love that word that you added to it as well, trying to change. Because I feel like, I'm going to make these change and I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And when we don't hit the expectation we've set for ourselves, we feel like we fail, right?
This is not perfection. This is just, you just have to try.
Yeah.
Just even try a little bit.
Yeah. And try on ourselves, right? Owning our role, because we're not going to be able to change the other person, but change ourselves.
And it's freedom. This is what gives us freedom.
Okay. The next one, apologize correctly. So I thought that was interesting because, I'm like, I get apologize, but what do you mean correctly?
Yeah, like if I say to you, look, I'm really sorry that you're so sensitive and that I hurt you. That's not a great apology.
Right.
I'm shifting blame to you.
Yeah.
So apology is just owning it. I hurt you. What I said to you was wrong, and I'm sorry. It's very simple. But again, it's taking ownership of it it's apologizing for, and it's not adding any of those other details.
I find that I will apologize and then I want to add but I got to stop myself. I got to have the period before that, right?
We all want to do that. That's right.
It's hard not to, but I like that this is, again, that trying. This is a process. The other tip you have is verbalize your intentions to change. Walk me through what that would look like.
So there's magic in saying to you, so for Stacy, the dramatic example, if she were to come to her kids and say, look, I've been hurting you your whole lives.
Yeah.
You're adults now. You don't want anything to do with me. I understand, and I am going to change. There's something magic in not just Stacy, but in little things. For most of us, when we hurt people, if I say to you, you're right, I did that. I'm sorry. I'm going to change. Like there's something healing about saying to the person, I'm going to change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the emphasis on this takes time.
It takes time. I mean, a lot of people, I told you I was sorry. What do you expect, right? Another bad apology. We have to be patient. So people like Stacy have to be really patient because nobody's going to believe her because they have had 20, 30 years of experience with her. But even in little things, it's okay for that other person to not accept us right away, not accept our apology. We just have to be patient and kind of hang in there.
Yeah.
That's where humility comes back to.
And maybe if you're on the other side of Stacy, you say it's also important to listen without defensiveness.
So listening is a superpower. It's a superpower for connection. It's a superpower for repair. If you really want to connect with somebody, sit in front of them, look them in the eyes, use your good body language and listen to them. Don't give advice, don't tell them, just listen to them. It really connects us.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Todd, thank you so much. Where can we follow along for more information?
So Dr. Todd Talks is YouTube, podcast, my website, drtoddtalks.com. That's where you can find me.
You offer so much for us. Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thanks.